Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video, I want to talk about the Gen AI visibility tools that are available inside of Wix Studio because they can open up some content opportunities for you and help you get more visits and increase your invisibility from Gen AI tools. So these are tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and Perplexity and Claude, all the tools that we've been hearing about for the last little while. But this is really cool that you have this built-in report inside of Wix Studio for any Wix Studio website. So I'm going to go over here to the AI visibility overview in just a second. But first, I want to show you how to get here because not a lot of people know where these reports are. So if you go into your dashboard and you go over here to website and mobile app, you click down to website and SEO, then you're going to go to SEO and GEO. And if you click that, it's going to take you right here. So this is for my own website, KDC Marketing. So we're going to be looking at this through the lens of KDC Marketing, but you'll have this on your own Wix Studio website as long as you have a premium plan and you have some visibility. So I'm going to go to the visibility overview. And as soon as I go into here, it's going to give me some information about these different Gen AI tools. So ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. So I can click on these at the top. So the first thing is site mentions, and then it has a competitors by visibility score. And then it has some top sources by reference. It has the brand perception. So it's going to give me the general sentiment and also give me some areas for improvement. And then it will have traffic as well. So this will be traffic from ChatGPT and user queries. So all kind of consolidated here on this one report. And the way that I would use this report is looking at these mentions. So for example, I was mentioned in this prompt here, where can I hire KDC Marketing for website development in the US? And so my website showed up here in this prompt, and so it's showing that I was mentioned. So that was a good thing, but there were 19 other places where I wasn't mentioned. And so this is a good content idea generation place. This is where I would go to look for ideas on how I can create more content to better answer these questions. So for example, if we look at this question, how to create a simple marketing plan that works for small businesses. That's a great piece of content that I could create. I could create something, I could do a YouTube video or a blog post to try to show up and rank for that question. And then there are a bunch of other questions in here as well that I can look through and see if I want to try to create something where I could show up there. The other thing I would do is just click through all of these the same thing on all of these platforms. So with Gemini, I would look at the places I got mentioned, and I would look at places I did not get mentioned. So if we look into one of these things, it's interesting to see what it says. So this is where it's talking about my company here. And then it has a link to my website, I think somewhere. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, it does down here. So this is me right here. So this was a Gemini response. And then we have some places that I wasn't mentioned, and same with Perplexity. And then I would just go down here and just kind of read through this brand perception, see what it says about KDC Marketing, see what it says about the areas of improvement, and check my traffic. But this is a great resource for showing up in some of these Gen AI tools. And this is all relatively new, but Wix Studio is giving this to all the users. And it's really helpful for you to know just what's happening, and you can see how you're being perceived in some of these different platforms and giving you some ideas to improve. So that's the first thing I wanted to highlight. Really cool to see that that's an option here inside of this report. And another thing that Wix Studio is doing is they've created the AI Search Lab. So this is a resource hub for AI search. So they have a glossary, they have a bunch of research and data, they have blog posts that are really helpful. And I've been going through some of these resources and have found it to be very helpful on finding tools to track visibility. When I clicked on this article, for example, there were tools that I've never heard of before as I scrolled down here, and being able to see some different tools that I can use to track AI visibility for myself or for my clients is really useful. They also highlight some things that are inside of Wix Studio, some of the things we just looked at inside of your website. And then they also have some other free resources, like this is a custom GPT that you can use if you use Chat GPT to kind of better understand how you are showing up in these different platforms. So really cool resource, this AI search lab. I'll put a link in the description somewhere of this video, but you can read the latest articles. They've got webinars. They have the glossary, like I said, and the glossary is also really cool because you can learn about AI, and they have a short description here. Like if you look at AI overviews, but then if you click the arrow, you'll get the expanded version of that term. So if you're not sure what an LLM is, for example, if you're not sure about what's a citation, it also talks about different AI platforms like Copilot or DeepSeek, or what a custom GPT is. They have answers for a lot of these things in here. And some of these things are specific to Wix Studio as well, like Astro. Let me go find that. That's the Wix's AI-powered business assistant. And so you can click into that and find out more information on how to use that in your business. Another place that I would go is the traffic report. So if you are getting traffic, if you come over here to analytics and go to traffic, you will see if you are getting traffic from AI platforms. And so this one, for example, is ChatGPT. AI platforms, I had 3 sessions in the last 30 days. So that's pretty cool to see as well. So you can see what the actual effect is of some of these efforts that you might be doing to optimize for these platforms. So just want to showcase a few resources. There's some reports. There's also the AI visibility tool that we looked at over here. And then there's the whole AI search lab that you can go and learn more about how this works, because even though I don't think things have fully moved over to AI, I think a lot of people still use traditional search. They are searching for things in different places. And some people like ChatGPT, some people like Gemini, some people like Perplexity, some people like Claude. There's really so many of these AI platforms out here, and it's changing so rapidly. But the better that we can understand how they work, the better you can optimize your website for increasing your visibility in these platforms. Another thing that I would say is that as I work in marketing and work with clients and different things, I think the best thing you can do is build content, create content that builds trust, that increases trust, because that is still the core of how you can attract customers. If you are answering customers' questions, if you are the best go-to resource in your industry, then the AI tools are going to notice that and recommend you more often. And that really helps for SEO as well. So for me, that looks like doing YouTube videos, answering questions, creating these tutorials, doing things that I think would be helpful to my potential customers and clients. And so that's why I'm showing up in some of these reports. And also, I have a couple of links in some places. Like I have an agency profile link in SEMrush. I have my Wix Studio agency profile. I have a couple of other things that they can use for credibility. So getting yourself out there is also important, and getting your business listed in a sense, or cited in a couple of different places, is helpful. But I still think the core principles of marketing are still at play, and they haven't totally shifted to just AI. So if you can do those core principles, you'll still be successful. However it transitions, because that's what AI wants anyways. It wants the best, most credible answer it can give, so that the end user is happy. So as long as you're doing that, as long as you're actively creating content or putting yourself out there, getting those citations, and showing what you can do in your expertise, then you should continue to go up as these platforms get better at crawling the websites and showing your information. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you found a few new resources that you can use. And these are all free resources from Wix Studio. So that's what I have for today's video, and I will see you in the next video.